All right. So it's February 5th, which means that it is sometime after the 6 month mark being crossed for the traditional IRA, and it currently sits somewhere around the 9 3/10 area. It has sat there for a week, and as a 6 month check in for myself and the development and the engineering of the three-pronged strategy currently being developed under the SPLG index tracking the S&P 500, the SPLG index fund. The performance of the portfolio as compared to the benchmark is, it's underachieving. Since August 2nd, there is about a 75% delta to where the benchmark is from the portfolio's perspective. In the 1 month, there is about a 50% overperformance. And since the addition of the SPLG 71 leg call, there is about maybe a 50% differential. So as the strategy has been legged into and developed and worked, it is catching up. However, it is still developing and underperforming as has been the plan the entire time. The inability, the nuzlocke, the restriction that I have given myself of not placing any more capital into this specific account while the account is over 3% in the green has severely limited me in the ability to produce more capital, which is what the first prong is for of selling options. However, the synthetic, how would one say it? The employment of capital through the leveraged option of a call has allowed the portfolio to much more closely track the returns of the benchmark. And currently, there's about $315 of unemployed capital that doesn't make any sense to not employ. However, I would like to keep it as dry powder on the side and work the buying power of the portfolio back up to 1,000 in a comfortable position where if the bottom falls out of the market, there is some working capital still going. I think that I am still legging into TLT as a viable option for a market crash as a small hedge. It should help, along with the expected ability of me to provide capital to the portfolio through earned income. And I did receive an assignment on an SPLG 71 put sell, and the options premiums that I've collected so far in the past 6 months have been around $700 ish, I would say. So most of the returns of the portfolio are strictly due to the income derived from the first prong of the fork and its ability to do all-weather income generation. And I am checking in. I'm making sure that I am staying relatively available. The income generation from it isn't substantial. However, the deleveraging by locking up a large amount of the portfolio's capital in income generation does dramatically increase the Sharpe ratio. For anyone who knows me who has no idea what those words mean, the line, my line is less squiggly than the market as a whole. So the S&P 500 squiggles a lot more than my line, which means that I am operating at a lower risk than the total market and generating a higher amount of income per riskiness. The Sharpe ratio that I'm producing is incredible and is essentially unbelievable, and it is mostly due to the fact that the portfolio is so small and limited. The self-imposed limitations of the smaller portfolio have forced me to be creative and not lose money, as losing money would be losing the whole kit and caboodle of what the portfolio would have to offer. All this laid out, I am expecting to maintain a delta between the portfolio here and the broader market, likely until one of two things happens. A, in the best case scenario for me at the moment, would be breaking headline news from new administration that causes the market to take a massive shit. That would be awesome. That would be wonderful for me and dramatically aid in my outperformance. It would allow me to catch the portfolio up to standard, to it would allow me to match beta instead of losing alpha to the market. And two, if the market rockets up or if the market increases, I would give it 15%, then the portfolio would start to wow, hello, that was loud. To produce alpha over the market itself through the use of the leveraged and disleveraged positions that I am currently holding. Complicated finance jargon aside, the best thing for the portfolio would be either a massive shit in the market, or if the market grinds up another 15%, then I would start being able to outperform based on literally rough napkin math that I did with a pencil before I hit record. However, as a video journal, I think that's solid enough.